Dragon Age the Veilguard has been released, and after this, Bioware is now shifting all focus over to the next Mass Effect project. And with N7 Day just ending a couple days ago, which was obviously on November 7th, we got some really big news for the Mass Effect franchise as a whole, which is a little bit exciting, but also a little bit nerve-wracking, to say the least. But before we get into some interesting details regarding a potential Mass Effect series, as well as the new update for Dragon Age, which also added something really cool to the game, thank you guys so much for 760 subscribers. My goal is to try to hit 1,000 by the end of this month, so it would be awesome if you guys could help me do it. I also just unlocked the membership options in YouTube, which is something I never could have imagined doing. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, you like gaming news, gaming reviews, anything within the RPG or action adventure genre, and you like the video you see here, please like the video and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Now, let's get into the content. So first off, we have a Mass Effect TV series being created over at Amazon, and this is being headed by Daniel Casey, who also did Fast and Furious 9. And worries me a little bit, to say the least. He definitely doesn't have anything crazy on his resume in terms of a writer or executive producer, but there's also some other people involved here. We also have Kareem Zreik, who worked on National Treasure, one of my favorite childhood movies back in the day. He also worked on a lot of the Marvel TV shows like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, as well as my favorite show of all time, The Punisher. So we're about 1-1 right now. We have one that I'm not super excited about, and then we have another guy working on the show that I am very excited about, who has made projects that I really enjoyed. But then back to some interesting choices with Ari Arad. He just produced Borderlands, which was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had in a movie theater. Now, he also did produce some other projects as well, like Ghost in the Shell, Uncharted. He did do the first and original Iron Man, which, you know, I enjoyed pretty thoroughly. He also did Ghost Rider. It's a 50-50 here. But lastly, we also have EA's own Michael Gamble, who is also being an executive producer on this TV series. So I'm very excited about that, because he is spearheading, obviously, the next Mass Effect game, and he's already come out and kind of confirmed with fans that it's going to have, the game at least, a more matured tone and something more relatable to the previous Mass Effect games and what fans have kind of grown and known to love about that series and franchise as a whole. Now, this is very far from the TV Avengers we have working on this television series, but we do again have Michael Gamble, who knows the franchise of Mass Effect and the characters and the tone that it's supposed to be set in. And then we have all of these others that came over from Marvel, which I am a little bit worried about. And a big reason is because if you look at Dragon Age Veilguard, although I really enjoyed the game, I think the biggest issue was the writing and dialogue, and it tended to be very similar to like Marvel and Disney-like at times in terms of the character interactions and the dialogue and the writing as a whole. And bringing that over to a TV series, which obviously has no gameplay involved, could be a little worrisome, definitely, but I am still cautiously optimistic of this project as a whole, because obviously we have Michael Gamble in there. Hopefully that can lead them into the right direction, but who knows what this is going to be like. It is definitely a 50-50 on whether the show is going to be good or potentially another Borderlands. Now, quick side note, do you guys remember those shows that you could do, like, it's like a choose your own adventure type of show? They had them on Netflix. Imagine they did something like that for Bioware and made all of these different endings that you could basically choose, and the different romance options in the show, and they recorded different scenes that could play out differently depending on what you, the viewer, could choose. That would be pretty damn cool. Not gonna happen, but hey. Now that goes on to, what is this show gonna actually be about? And we have no information as of now. So comment down below if you have any speculation on what they're gonna do with this show. But I really don't think they're gonna be going into the actual main universe or what we've experienced so far. I think it's gonna be a side story exploring new characters and new experiences as a whole within the Mass Effect universe, which I think would be pretty cool. Maybe even a prequel to the initial Mass Effect game. But now this leads me into Dragon Age news. Now, Now, we know they're not going to be doing any DLC for Dragon Age. That is already being confirmed. I put out a video on this about a week ago, but it was actually confirmed, I believe, a couple months ago that they were going to do no DLC for this game, even if the game did really well. Now, if it did do extremely well, maybe they do some DLC, because I think monetarily that would make sense, but I think the game is more like a middle point. I don't think it overly succeeded, but I don't think it failed by any means either. I think it was very in the middle, so I definitely don't think they're going to change their minds here and do any DLC, although I, again, did really enjoy a lot of what that game had to offer. However, aside from this, we did get a big update with Dragon Age with a ton of bug fixes. Now, this includes a long list of different bugs that they worked on here, so I'll put these on the screen for you guys to look at if you're interested or have experienced any of these and want to hop back in and hopefully they're fixed for you. However, they also added something I think very cool for N7 Day within Dragon Age. So if you go to the lighthouse right now, you walk your way on over to your wardrobe, you will see the new N7 Day cosmetic only armor sets within your wardrobe that you can equip, run around the Dragon Age Veilguard universe, and kind of rep Mass Effect within the game, which I think is pretty cool. So that's all the big updates from Bioware as of today. I will definitely keep you guys updated on the Mass Effect TV show if we hear any new information about that, as well as Dragon Age if any new updates come in there. Although there's not going to be any DLC, I'm definitely guessing they're going to continue to update the game and, you know, correct any bug fixes that they have. Although one great thing about that game is there really wasn't many. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. Like mentioned at the start of my video, I have unlocked memberships. So I have 3 tiers right now. The first, where I'll put your name at the end of every single video, kind of taking a little bit out of the Josh Drive Hayes book there. I think that would be really cool. Also going to be doing member only live streams once a week where we can kind of just hang out and chat, as well as gaming nights once a week for anybody that pays for one of the memberships as well. So I also opened a Discord for anybody to just come in, talk about different RPGs and games in general, post clips and videos for me to react to on the live stream. I think that would be really fun. So if you want to join the Discord, I have put a link down in the description of this video. Other than that, like this video if you like the video, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.